If you live alone, if you have security cameras in your house, check the footage. Check it right now. Because sometimes, you're not as alone as you think you are. I learned that 3 months ago. I haven't slept through the night since. My name is Marcus Webb, and I'm going to show you exactly what my cameras recorded the night I realized someone else was living in my house. Someone I never saw. Someone who only moved when I couldn't see them. Someone who watched me sleep. I'm 34 years old. Software engineer. Work from home. Single. I bought my house in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in March of 2023. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 2018. New construction. Clean history. No previous owners except the builder. I closed the app and went back to my show. At 10:15 p.m., another notification. Motion detected. Same camera. Basement again. Okay, I thought. The motion sensor is malfunctioning. I made a mental note to adjust the sensitivity in the morning. Same view. Everything looked identical. Nothing out of place. I was about to close the app when I noticed something. One of my storage boxes. The one in the far corner. The cardboard box I kept old electronics in. It had moved. Not much. Maybe 6 inches to the left. But I'd worked in this basement enough to know exactly where everything was. That box had definitely moved. I stared at the footage, trying to rationalize it. Maybe I'd moved it last time I was down there and forgotten. Maybe it had always been in that position and I was misremembering. But I knew I hadn't moved it. I stood up, walked to the basement door, put my hand on the knob, and stopped. The house was completely silent except for the TV. But I swear I heard something from below. Just barely. A creak. Like weight shifting on a floorboard. My basement doesn't have floorboards. It's concrete. I opened the door. Reached for the light switch. The stairs leading down were dark. The motion sensor light in the basement hadn't triggered. I flipped the switch. Light flooded the stairs. Hello. I called out, feeling stupid, because who would be down there? The doors were locked. The security cameras showed nothing. I was alone. No answer. Just the hum of the furnace. I descended the stairs slowly, each step creaking under my weight. Reached the bottom. Looked around. Everything looked normal. Storage boxes. Furnace. Workbench. Tools hanging on pegboard. Nothing out of place. Except that box. It definitely wasn't where I'd left it. I walked over to it. Kneeled down. Opened the flaps. Old electronics. Cables. A broken laptop I kept meaning to recycle. Nothing unusual. But the dust on top of the box had been disturbed. Someone had touched it. Recently. The furnace kicked on suddenly, and I jumped like I'd been electrocuted. My heart was pounding. I felt ridiculous. Getting spooked in my own basement over a moved box. I closed the box. Stood up. Took one more look around. And that's when I saw the footprint. On the concrete floor, near the wall. Barely visible. A footprint in the thin layer of dust that had accumulated. Barefoot. Adult-sized. Definitely not mine. I was wearing socks. My blood went cold. I stepped back, eyes scanning the basement frantically. The furnace room. Behind the shelves. The dark corner under the stairs. Who's there? My voice cracked. I know someone's down here. Come out now, or I'm calling the police. I heard breathing. Not my own. Slow. Measured. Coming from somewhere close. I ran. Bolted up those stairs faster than I've ever moved. Slammed the basement door. Locked it. I grabbed my phone. Called 911. 911 operator. 911. What's your emergency? Someone's in my house. In my basement. I heard them. I saw a footprint. 911 operator. Sir, are you in a safe location right now? Marcus, I'm in my kitchen. I locked the basement door. They're still down there. 911 operator. I'm sending officers to your location now. Do not go back downstairs. Stay on the line with me. The police arrived in 8 minutes. 2 officers. They searched the entire basement. Every corner. The furnace room. Behind every box. Under the stairs. Nothing. No one. No signs of forced entry. All windows secured. The single basement window was locked from the inside, covered in undisturbed cobwebs. Officer Jackson. Sir, I understand you're concerned, but there's no one down here. This window hasn't been opened in months. There's no other way in or out. Marcus, but the footprint. Did you see it? Officer Jackson. We saw some marks on the floor. Could be from when you were down here earlier. Or from moisture condensation. Old houses, the concrete sweats sometimes, makes patterns. Marcus, this house is 5 years old. And I know what I heard. They thought I was paranoid. Maybe drunk. They were polite, but clearly skeptical. They checked all the locks, gave me some safety advice, and left. I was alone again, in a house that suddenly felt too big, too quiet, too full of places someone could hide. I went to my computer, pulled up all the security footage from that evening. I was going to watch every second, find proof of whatever I'd heard. I started with the basement camera, rewound to 9:30 p.m. before the first motion alert. For 10 minutes, nothing. Static image. Empty basement. Then at 9:47 p.m., the motion sensor triggered. But I couldn't see what triggered it. The camera showed the basement. Empty. But something had caused the motion alert. I watched frame by frame. And then I saw it. A shadow. Moving across the wall. For just 3 frames. Less than a second. But there was no body casting that shadow. I felt my heart hammering. I rewound. Watched again. Frame by frame. Frame 1, empty basement. Frame 2, shadow appears on wall. Frame 3, shadow continues moving. Frame 4, shadow gone. Empty basement. There was nothing in the camera's view that should have created that shadow. No object moving. No light source shifting. Just a shadow. Moving on its own. I checked the timestamp on the second motion alert. 10:15 p.m. Rewound to that moment. The box. I watched the box. For 5 minutes, nothing. Then, at exactly 10 hours 15 minutes and 33 seconds, the box moved. It slid. 6 inches to the left. Smoothly. Like someone had pushed it. But no one was visible pushing it. I watched it 20 times. From every angle my cameras could show. The box moved on its own. Or something invisible moved it. I checked the other cameras. Living room. Kitchen. Hallway. Front door. Back door. All showed me. Alone. Watching TV. Getting up. Going to the basement. Calling police. Police arriving. Police leaving. No one else. Anywhere. I should have felt relieved. The cameras proved I was alone. Whatever I'd heard, whatever had moved that box, maybe there was a rational explanation I just hadn't found yet. But I didn't feel relieved. I felt watched. I went through the house. Checked every room. Every closet. Under every bed. Behind every door. Empty. All of it. I was alone. I tried to sleep that night. Left all the lights on. My phone next to me with the security app open. I watched the camera feeds until my eyes burned. Nothing moved. Nothing appeared. The house was still. At 3:47 a.m., I finally fell asleep. At 4:12 a.m., the motion sensor in my bedroom triggered. I woke up to the notification sound. Grabbed my phone. Heart racing. Motion detected. Bedroom camera. I was in my bedroom. I'd been asleep. What triggered it? I opened the app. Looked at the current feed. My bedroom. Me in bed. Looking at my phone. Everything normal. I rewound to 4:12 a.m. I watched myself sleeping. Completely still. Then at 4 hours 12 minutes and 17 seconds, my body moved. But I hadn't woken up. The movement that triggered the sensor wasn't me rolling over or shifting position. It was my blanket. My blanket was being pulled. Slowly. Deliberately. Down toward the foot of the bed. And I was still asleep. Not moving. Not pulling at myself. Something else was pulling my blanket off me while I slept. I watched myself sleep through it. Completely unaware. The blanket slid down, exposing my chest, my legs. Then stopped. For 10 seconds, nothing. Then the blanket was gently pulled back up, tucked around my shoulders, like someone was putting me to bed. At 4:13:05, the motion stopped. My bedroom returned to still. I continued sleeping peacefully. Someone had been in my room, standing over me, adjusting my blanket, and I'd slept through it. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. I sat in my living room, all the lights on, baseball bat in my lap, watching the camera feeds on my laptop. Nothing else happened that night. When the sun came up, I told myself I was leaving. I'd go to a hotel, figure this out later, maybe sell the house. I didn't care. But first, I needed to know more. I needed to review all the footage. Every camera. Every day since I'd moved in. I started going through the archived footage. Systematically. Every camera. Every day. Looking for anything unusual. And I found it. Over and over. October 15th, 2:34 a.m. Kitchen camera. Cabinet door opens on its own. Closes 30 seconds later. October 22nd, 11:47 p.m. Living room. Book falls off shelf. No vibration. No earthquake. Just falls. October 28th, 3:15 a.m. Hallway upstairs. Shadow moves across floor. No source. November 1st, 1:23 a.m. Home office. My desk chair slowly spins. 180 degrees. Then stops. It had been happening for weeks. I'd just never checked the footage before. Why would I? Nothing seemed wrong. I'd felt safe. But I was never alone. Whatever this was, it had been here the whole time. Watching me. Moving through my house while I slept. And it was getting bolder. November 4th. The night after I'd found all this footage. I didn't stay in the house. I went to a hotel. I needed space to think. But I left the cameras running. I had to know. If I wasn't there, would it still happen? I watched the feeds from my hotel room. My empty house. Static. Quiet. For 3 hours, nothing. Then, at 11:34 p.m., every single motion sensor triggered simultaneously. Visual, phone screen, 8 notifications. All at once. Every camera. Every camera. Every room. All at the same time. I pulled up the feeds. Every camera was recording motion, but I couldn't see what was causing it. Until I looked closer. In every single feed, at the edge of the frame, I could see movement. Fleeting. Shadow-like. Moving from room to room. But never visible in full. Always just out of frame. always in the corner of the camera's vision, like it knew where the cameras were, and was deliberately staying just out of sight. I watched it move through my entire house. Living room to kitchen, kitchen to hallway, hallway to stairs, stairs to bedroom, my bedroom. It approached my bed. The empty bed stood there. I could see the mattress compress slightly, like weight was on it. Then it reached toward the pillow. An indentation formed in the pillow. Fingers, a palm, pressing down, like someone was leaning over the bed, supporting their weight with one hand, looking for me. And then I heard it, through my phone speaker, the audio feed from the bedroom camera. Breathing, but not normal breathing. Layered, multiple voices, all breathing in sync. And then a voice, barely audible, distorted, voice, whispered wrong. "Where are you?" I threw my phone across the hotel room. I couldn't watch anymore. I sat there shaking for 20 minutes before I could pick it up again. When I finally looked at the feed again, my bedroom was empty. The motion had stopped. Whatever it was had left. But it had been looking for me. I hired a paranormal investigation team. I know how that sounds. But I didn't know what else to do. The police thought I was crazy. Rational explanations didn't fit what I was seeing. They came with all their equipment. Spent 3 nights in my house. Set up their cameras alongside mine. EMF readers. Thermal imaging. Voice recorders. The works. They recorded anomalies. Lots of them. Temperature drops. EMF spikes. Shadows on thermal imaging that shouldn't exist. And voices. On their recorders. Faint. Whispering. Always just on the edge of intelligible. Lead investigator. Marcus, you have significant activity in this house. Whatever is here, it's intelligent. It's aware of you. And based on the evidence, it's been here longer than you have. Marcus, longer than me. But the house is only 5 years old. Lead investigator. The house is new, but land has memory. Something happened here before the house was built, or something attached itself to the location. We've documented cases of entities remaining tied to land even after construction changes. I researched the property. Before my house was built, this land was vacant for 15 years. Before that, there was a different house, built in 1967, torn down in 2008. A family lived there, the Holbrooks, parents and 1 daughter. Sarah Holbrook, age 7. Sarah disappeared in 1994, vanished from her bedroom in the middle of the night. No signs of forced entry, no evidence of abduction. She was just gone. The case was never solved. The family moved away 6 months later. The house sat empty until it was eventually demolished. I found one photo of Sarah in an old newspaper article about the disappearance. She was smiling. Dark hair. Kind eyes. I printed the photo. I don't know why. Maybe I thought it would help me understand. I put the photo on my kitchen counter. Went to bed. Terrified as always. Cameras running. Phone next to me. At 2:47 a.m., motion detected. Kitchen camera. I watched. The photo was sitting on the counter where I'd left it. Then it moved. Slid across the counter. 6 inches. Toward the center of the kitchen. Then it flipped over. Face down. Something didn't want me looking at that photo. Or something didn't want to see it. I went downstairs. Turned on every light. Walked into the kitchen. The photo was face down, exactly as the camera showed. I reached for it. Hesitated. Then flipped it over. The photo had changed. Sarah was no longer smiling. Her expression was different. Tears on her cheeks. eyes red, looking directly at the camera with an expression of absolute terror. But it was the same photo, same newspaper clipping, same yellowed paper, same crease marks. Only her face had changed. I heard breathing, all around me, coming from everywhere and nowhere. The kitchen, the living room, upstairs, downstairs. The whole house was breathing. And then every door in the house slammed shut simultaneously. I ran. Didn't think. Just ran for the front door. Grabbed the handle. Pulled. Locked. From the inside. But I hadn't locked it. I flipped the deadbolt. Pulled again. The door wouldn't open. Like something was holding it closed from the other side. Marcus, screaming. Let me out. Please. I'll leave. I'll never come back. Just let me out. The breathing got louder. Faster. All around me. Suffocating. And then it stopped. Complete silence. The door handle turned easily in my hand. I pulled it open and stumbled outside onto my front lawn. I stood there in my pajamas, barefoot on the cold grass, staring at my house. Every window dark. Silent. Normal. My phone buzzed. Security notification. Motion detected. Living room. I looked at the feed. My living room. Empty. But on the wall, written in what looked like condensation or fog, words were appearing. Don't go. Stay with me. I'm lonely. Then the words faded. Dripped down the wall like water. And were gone. I sold the house. Took a massive loss. Didn't care. I couldn't spend another night there. The new owners moved in 2 months ago. Young couple. Expecting their first child. I thought about warning them. But what would I say? Your house is haunted by a missing girl from 1994. They'd think I was trying to tank the sale. I drive by sometimes. I can't help it. I need to know if it's still happening. Last week, I drove by at night. Parked down the street. Watched the house. All the lights were on. Every single one. At 2 a.m., every light in the house blazing. I saw movement in the upstairs window. The bedroom I used to sleep in. A figure. Small. Child-sized. Standing at the window. Looking out. Looking directly at my car. As I watched, the figure raised one hand, placed it against the window, and waved. I drove away. Fast. I haven't been back since. I still have access to my security footage. The cloud storage kept all the recordings. I review them sometimes, looking for answers, trying to understand. 2 weeks ago, I was going through footage from my last night in that house. The night I left for good. I found something I'd missed. Bedroom camera. 4:47 a.m. I was asleep. Last night I spent there before selling. The camera showed my room. Me sleeping. Then the footage glitches. For 7 frames, the image distorts. When it clears, standing next to my bed, visible for the first and only time in full view. A girl, 7 years old, dark hair, wearing a nightgown from the 1990s. Translucent but visible. Sarah Holbrook, standing next to my bed, looking down at me. She was crying. Her mouth was moving, saying something, over and over. I had the audio analyzed, enhanced, cleaned up, isolated her voice. Sarah whispered, crying, "Don't leave me alone again. Please don't leave me alone again. Everyone leaves. Everyone goes away. Please stay. Please stay. I don't want to be alone. Please." Then she faded, disappeared. I slept through it all. I left anyway. I couldn't stay. I was too afraid. But now I know. She wasn't trying to hurt me. She was just lonely, trapped in that place for 30 years. Watching people move in, watching them leave, over and over. She just wanted someone to stay. The new family is still there. They haven't left. Maybe they don't notice what's happening. Maybe their cameras don't pick it up. Maybe she's learned to hide better. Or maybe she's finally found someone who won't leave. I got a message last week from the new owner, asking if I'd had any technical issues with the house, if certain rooms ever felt odd. I haven't responded. I don't know what to say, because if I tell them the truth, they'll leave. They'll sell, move away, and Sarah will be alone again. So if you live alone, if you have security cameras, and you see something impossible on your footage, maybe don't run. Maybe ask yourself, who else is watching your cameras? And why? Because sometimes the scariest thing isn't that someone is in your house. It's that they're lonely, and they've chosen you to keep them company. And they're never going to leave. Sarah, thank you for staying. The Vantum Files. Case number 002. The Unseen Resident. Status: ongoing. Sarah Holbrook. Missing since June 12, 1994. Age at disappearance: 7. Case status: unsolved. Current residence of 4758 Maple Drive.